This is history being made kind of here, at least for me. It's cold here. It's actually like 46 degrees. I'm at Prado again, and it's actually 46 degrees. I didn't think it could get this cold here. I always thought it was a constant 85 plus. All right, waiting for the air conditioning guy to arrive, and we're going to get in the cabinet. We're going to get this air conditioning thing hopefully resolved today, and go from there. So Sergio from ACO, the air conditioning guy, just left, and it looks like our compressor's bad. Okay, fine. Time to get a new compressor. And so we talked about it a little bit, and I think what we're going to end up doing is just get a whole new air conditioning unit, cabinet, if you will, because it sits on the side of the cabinet. It kind of bolts on there. And so we're going to just get a whole new one. That way we don't have to worry about looking for leaks or anything like that. So everything is so small, it's just going to be a whole lot easier and a whole lot better to just get a whole new unit. So when we arrived here this morning, the compressor had tripped the circuit for the air conditioning unit, and yeah, so it's kind of toast. Right now we're just kind of running the air to kind of just keep air moving. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So now the next thing I want to do today before I leave is move things off of the smaller remote control unit that I have into the bigger one. And the reason for that is because, not that I need more inputs, but that the way the smaller box works, it's a common ground for all 8 status inputs or meter inputs. I have 8 inputs that could be meter or status. I have one ground for that. So what I want to do is move it onto the bigger unit, since I have it. It's just going to be sitting around. Move it onto the bigger one. It has individual grounds for each relay, and we should be hopefully better with that. I was trying to cram too many ground wires into that small pin, the Phoenix connector for the ground on the small unit, so I don't know if they were all making good contact. So at least I'll have more room for wires. Bitty tiny jumper. Ta-da! Because I need to go from one pin to the next. So make myself a little jumper to carry the ground from one channel to the next. Okie dokie. Have the trusty old tough book here. And I'm going to be working on getting the new remote control configured, the integrated input unit, that's what it's called, for the Burke. Now what's going to happen, for those of you who are familiar with how Burke remote controls operate, you have the main unit, and you have different edge devices basically. You have an input unit, you have a command unit, you may have like an SNMP dedicated device. Anyways, so what's going to happen is this device here, this integrated input unit, is going to connect up to the remote control that's up at Santiago Peak. And it's going to show as inputs to that. I don't need to have a full remote control here. I did have one at one time, but I don't need to have one here. So having just this integrated input unit and the Plus X 300, the small device for just commands, will be sufficient. So now I'm connected in. Let's put the default username and password in. and then we'll set that. That way we can set it to the right IP address for this site, and we don't conflict with anything else. IP address in here. Let's go connect this to the network, and then I will connect my laptop to the network. That way I can see both the Arc Plus up at Santiago Peak and this device here. All right. Okay, here's a tip for you. If you do any type of serial connection type things, or telnet, or anything like that, command line based, that you have to connect to something else, try PuTTY. I mean, if you do that kind of stuff, you already know about PuTTY, but it's PuTTY. And that's the program I use. So, yeah, works great. All right, let's see. The issue was that the port was not configured. It was still in its default state on the switch. So, configured that, good to go. Now I need to log into, I need to log into the remote control at Santiago Peak. So that way I can connect this to that, and that way that's looking for this, and then should be good to go. Should be. But let's open up the remote control up at Santiago Peak and look to see what our actual values are, and see if I need to make any adjustments as far as not configuration. When the meter says this, but it's actually this, and I want to make them like this. Calibration. There we go. So now my carrier alarm should flip to green and be okay, but my audio alarm should flip to red and say alarm. Perfect. That is exactly what it is doing. Well, I think I have everything configured here now. I can go back to the office and make sure that the things I need are logging in here if I need to make any changes on the configuration. But basically, I'm able to see the things I need to see by relay closures here. And the one thing I do need to test still is the air conditioning alarm, and see if that alarms. I guess I need to plug back in. Let's do that, and then we'll pack up and head out. I've done about all I can do here. Let's lock everything up, head out. Thanks for watching. Just so you know, so you guys know, and some of you have expressed a little bit of interest, that the air conditioning unit sorry, had a one-handle struggle with this chain here. Alrighty, so everything's done. The air conditioning folks, the air conditioning guy, Sergio, he is going to be ordering a new device. We're going to be installing that, and going from there. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and we will see you next time. It's just kind of warm right now, like I was talking about this earlier. Stay cool, stay warm if you're on the East Coast or somewhere where it's snowing or raining. Goodbye.